Hey guys, welcome to another live copywriting session. Charles here, Master Chief Copywriter. Hope you can learn from these sessions. It's basically me sharing my screen and writing some copy that I usually send if it's not that bad via Apollo. Test one, two, three. Test one, two, three. And yeah, today often talk about the state in which I write. Not in the best state of mind. Yeah, I've been focusing on the wrong things in the last 2 days. Getting in like useless petty fights with my wife. I feel quite dumb actually, but that's life. So we reconciliated, and yeah, let's just hope that I can and that we can behave better as human beings. That happens every quarter, every now and then, but it's not the thing I'm most proud of because I like to pride myself as someone that's quite energy efficient. But yeah, not perfect. I popped a couple of supplements to compensate, I guess, with that. So 3 qualia and 2 workout-ish pills. I also have this mushroom blend that I am A/B testing. So let's see how the brain goes. I had a couple of meetings today. Had a couple of podcast mastermind call. So still good day. I'm going to the restaurant in an hour 30. So that's the carrot on the stick. I closed one client today. A couple of others are gonna renew. So this is always well taken. So if you can see my screen here, I had a couple of masterminds the last couple of days, and what I do, guys, and that's why masterminds and podcasts to some degree are ultimately valuable, is that I'm just writing and stealing ideas from my fellow masterminders. They're like, "Oh, Charles, did you see that post? Oh, Charles, have you thought of doing that? The business journal." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fucking test that." And the thing is, when you take 10 of these ideas, probably one will survive and thrive and get you a bunch of dollars. Um, and the ones that don't, and why I'm doing these calls, obviously for content, right? I'm winning off of this and showing you these things. I'm getting a couple of leads off these, but I'm testing other niches, right? So let's say that I go after a client that is in the business journal niche. I'm already gonna have some experience with them. So when they ask me, "Do you have experience?" and I'm like, "Yep, did that for myself. I don't need to unlock a client and take 10 fucking years to unlock a new client. I'm literally testing it out of my campaigns, right? And I offer that as a service. It's pretty exponential, and that's just one model, right? Because I obviously build these startups myself. I have a product market fit machine that's quite unique. So yeah, the first post, guys, it's quite funny. Maybe you've seen it. It's from the Levels guys, Peter Peter Levels. You guys probably know Peter Levels, Levels or whatever the fuck his name is, Levels or Peter Levels, Levels for fuck's sakes. This guy. Um, yeah, he's quite he's a funny dude. He's quite ambitious, right? And doesn't give a fuck. Um, and yeah, he's onto AI stuff, obviously, but he's okay. So yeah, he went on Lex. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to that one. That's definitely a go. And okay, so yeah, this guy posted the other day that he was checking. He was like betting on ETFs following um, CEOs that do physical activities, right? I was like, okay, this is fucking genius. So what I do, and I did that a campaign with some buddies lately about this Brett Adcock guy raising like to 1 billion, quite literally, from cold email. So you take a screenshot of the thing and you write a cold email off that. Um, so fit CEOs. CEOs, fit CEOs tend to outperform their peers by very large margins. I mean, by this point, and then I'm gonna just drop the huge fucking screenshot and probably diminish the size of it. Okay. I mean, by this point, the science is unanimous about the mental benefits of physical activity. Reduce brain fog, increased memory, reduced stress levels, increased cognition. What else? Better decision making. So complete these stats. Give statistics on each, please. Okay. Huh. Does that convert into money? Got stats on that for Fit CEO, for example? So you just post these, like click, clack, boom. You remove some of them, right? Control Z. It's not the fucking same typography. Okay. So normal. I would clean this up just so that we can move on with that one. I like to show you the context of these. This is not how the end email is going to look like, but the call to action is I'm running a weekly CEO hit group. Would you like to join us there? That would be the call to action. Obviously, I didn't prove it. But, and yeah, what's the funnel behind that one? The funnel is, yeah, getting them in a fit group first, getting friends with them, having them on a masterminds, and eventually getting their business. It is an interesting front end for sure. I would also include these in the second one. And also the lesson that I want you guys to get here, other than statistics for CEOs, is that even if you have a free offer, you really need to hustle the shit out of it. You still need to sell free stuff nowadays. And if you don't understand that, you're not gonna hook a lot of fishes. Research AI Axel. Okay, this one is wild. Accelerating research with AI. So, okay, do I want to bore you out with the details of that one? Yeah. My next moonshot is longevity related. It's going to be an online clinic. Maybe I should have started with those because I'm going to write some emails in front of you for that one. It's like a low hanging fruit off a moonshot trajectory, right? Like, oh, longevity clinic, online coach to reduce your uh, biological age. But the real problem with really cracking the longevity code, it's not really like to self quantify like Brian Johnson does. If we really want to crack it, we need to attack how we do science and research. So that is a problem I'll be trying to solve. So let's see what I can do here. Um, One of my moonshots is to live forever. Um, but unlike Brian Johnson, I do not think that pure self quantification is the way to get there. I think if we want to crack longevity, we need to revolutionize the way research and fundamentally science is and how research and science are done. My hypothesis is that creating an AI-led in vitro experiment experimentation station is probably the way to get there. So basically, an AI to hypothesize on experiments to be done and to scale them 100x faster than a human could to a conclusion. I'm seeking a couple of partners to launch that startup, mostly on the technical side. Would you want to join forces on that one, that moonshot? So hope I didn't bore you out too much, or but yeah, these are some ideas that I have. This one is not generated from Mastermind, by the way. It's just like me being me. Um, yeah, I've let go of moonshots a couple of years ago, and I've focused on wealth with my agencies, sadly enough, and I miss moonshots. I don't feel I have a purpose nowadays. Although this life is pretty fun, I think I can have it all as well. I can do my moonshots while generating cash. More on that later. So this one here, maybe I've launched something around these lines last week. The mental model on what am I launching nowadays? It's how often am I hearing what idea I'm bullish about, right? So I speak to a shitload of people on a weekly basis, probably 100, if not hundreds. No, hundreds, I'm exaggerating. Probably, yeah, 50 to 100 CEOs and founders on a weekly basis. And the more often an idea I'm already bullish about is being repeated, well, that signals that I need to launch a campaign once, right? So that idea got repeated to me this week, like a longevity community on school. CEO longevity community. CLC. And yeah, I think it needs to be relaunched. And I think that's somewhat scientific, right? Meaning that last week I already launched one of these. Not only am I going to word it probably differently and better right now, but I'm I'm adding tokens on that thesis, right? I'm betting some more. That's my scientific way of being like, okay, we have product market fit on that one. Let's fucking go. I run this online longevity community for CEOs, and would love to have you there. It's free. It's a school community where you can comment and post stuff. Um, yeah, it's cool. I mean, most people are using that. Not that I'm hyper bullish on them, but placing a couple of my tokens on them. You would get, yeah, before it's free, it's like you would get biohacks, longevity, and lifespan tips from other CEOs. What else should I say? The value prop is a bit weak, right? I guess it's for other biohacking CEOs that are like excited to share stuff with like-minded people, realize the importance of that, and they just want to socialize, which is a pretty weak offering when you think about it. But yeah, I'm sort of blocked on that one. Let's go check out some community on schools. That's one of my clients. Let's take my friend Ben. Oh, so he didn't post it in a while. But what just his thesis, I mean, communities are hard, man. It's not like if all of that was easy as well. Outbound profits. I guess that was another one. Yeah. Huh. Communities. Anyway, I'm gonna come back to that one later. Communities are hard. Um, I'd love to send you an invite if any of this piqued your interest. Peaked. Peaked. Okay. Longevity clinic. Lower your biological age. Have you got your biological age tested? I work with ambitious CEOs that seek to grow younger by the day. Brian Johnson style. Johnson style. I need to Google his fucking name. Brian Johnson style. We get you tested frequently and use the following modalities to get you in longevity shape. Get training, aligned diet, hot cold therapies, proper mental models, stress management, SOS stress systems, stress alleviating system, I guess. Stress alleviating system, breath work, psychedelics. Ooh, mystery in the air, psychedelics, retreats. Would you be interested in taking this further? My services start at 2.5K a month. Okay, so a quick comment on that one. Yeah, lots of testing till I get to the right offer on that one. I've been testing biohacking offers since probably a year and a half or so. I want to start, yeah, that clinic ASAP. That's my the next low hanging fruit to my moonshot. And I think there's very low competition in that niche, especially via cold email. No one's doing that. So it's like, how do you phrase that properly? I guess I'm gonna find the right wordage. Another hint on that one would just be to throw similar stats to the first one that we did here. Um, yeah, it's like the ROI of taking care of your health, you know. So I would sort of work. Um, why take longevity seriously? I think I can get somewhere, you know, in the CEO's brain. It's all about like justifying the ROI of health and like putting stats, showing that you're different as well. I guess Peter Attia would be a good step in that direction, just like having a look at his website. I don't think Peter has the best angle. Um, I mean, with his books and all of that, I think he's doing quite well, but is like early detection. I mean, Tony is also playing on that. It is the right angle, right? Is the right scientific way to think, to start early for prevention and do scans and all of that. But SEALs don't give a fuck about that. Um, most of them are testosterone creature that are driven by deeper motivation, aka money and power, right? So I think these would play better. But yeah, in terms of awareness, that guy is like probably number one. So I would analyze his offers and see. Okay, this is an interesting one. Let's see how much stamina my brain has today. Yeah, this is gonna get interesting. Have you thought of turning your employees into automation experts? The thing with humans is that they work for a salary and build houses of cards that disappear as soon as they leave. Instead of doing repetitive, low value tasks, what if you could bring an AI slash automation consultants like me that could teach them how to replace themselves, which is very contrarian, right? Um, this doesn't mean that they would actually replace themselves, of course. It just means that they could automate a task forever, generating more value for company and um, continue on to the next automation. The result of that is that you normally increase your profit per head stat by 250% in less than 8 months. Should we discuss that deeper, Charles? Yeah, there. I think there's some firepower in there. I think like most of the emails that I'm writing nowadays, they should have some statistics behind them. So yeah, like the model would be, especially if you're not going AI, right? Like you better have some stats and something to intrigue and some value to add. So Yeah, the model would sort of be to take that text and tell GPT to add some stats, some scientific stats to it that exist for real, right? Or the second one could be stats oriented. I'd also divide that email and like paragraphs and so forth. It looks like a big chunk. So, okay. Into automation experts. So, yeah, that one I would target like straight up CEOs and founders with VAs. There's a function for that on Apollo. Your VA has been useful in uh, getting shit done for you so far. But what if you could teach your VA to automate all of the stuff, um, all of the manual stuff they do, and to do that throughout your business? I teach industry VAs on. I teach industry VAs to automate sales, HR, and ops stuff. What you get is a 300% more productive employee that will keep their jobs in this AGI automated, in this AGI future. Your thoughts on this? Okay. Yeah, this one I already have written it yesterday. It's a prompt selling business. You've seen those on. You've seen those on Product Hunt. Or edge is probably not necessarily the prompt themselves, although we will have an edge on that eventually. I'm partnering up with some people on that, but it's probably that we're the only one cold emailing people for that. So sometimes your channel can be remote is one of the lessons today. So yeah, see all these templates here. I mean, we could literally like copy paste modify these. That would be literally the business model. I like these low ticket business model. One of my own business that's doing well, that is incredibly simple. It's called $100 list. So people can buy lists here, and I'm getting, yeah, at least an order a day. So it's pretty autopiloty. So the question is like, how can you make use of your existing resources, right? And go low ticket in a bear market. And that idea surfaced yesterday on the podcast. So the copy is kind of creepy. I maybe I can show you like my editing process instead of like skipping that. Let's see. I've got a couple of prompt templates. Um, Maybe like AI prompts so that their mind is like clear on that. Although it's pretty much the same. That could be relevant for company success. These prompts may be helpful in your HR, sales, marketing, and ops department. Yeah, I'm kind of stressed by this one because it's like I'm starting so far. Maybe like show them an idea of a prompt. Prompt example here. So I would fill that out later, right? I would throw that copy by my partners just to see. Yeah, it's always important to throw something their way, even if it's very bad, so that at least they can guide you in the right direction. I do the same with my clients, in which I don't have a clue, because yeah, I don't use much prompts myself, you know. Um, and if we check the landing pages of the product hunt people, that's what kind of prompts they have. maxai.me. Okay, one click SEO diagnosis. Okay, interesting. I mean, I could literally feed that to GPT and tell me, like, come up with an offer with that specific niche. My God, yeah, they have prompts in all sorts of niches. And it's like aim wide, right? It's interesting, these this business model. Okay, not to bore you with that one. Let's see what we have next from the wild scientist. That was me yesterday. Yeah, a bunch of ideas. I like throwing ideas and A/B testing. That's one of my passion. Yeah, that one is pretty good as well. The AI published book on Kindle. That's such a great offer. It's so simple. I love it. And the modification was that in my previous, I run a company called bookwritegpt.com, and it writes your AI book quite simply, right? Instead of taking fucking years, it'll take hours, right? And what I was missing here was like where to publish the book. So most common mortals like to know what's the end goal of things. You know, like people are busy nowadays. People are less intelligent than you think. So it's like not only am I going to AI write your book, but I'm getting it published, aka end result, aka ROI on Kindle. So that's what I like about that one. The business journal, I'm still testing it, but it's like coming up with a Canva build PDF and yeah, probably sending like a paid version of it. I would probably ask an AI to take like all the best business journals and their most liked pages, their most useful pages, use my brain and come up with something interesting, come up with something sellable, right? Because there's a lot of competition. That niche, the thesis behind that one was like, here's the online version of it. Here's the PDF. No one sells these via cold email, by the way. I think I got emailed once about a business journal, cold email once in the last 3 years. So yeah, we try that. We'd sell them the business journal, and then that would be the entry to our funnel, right? With all the products that I sell. Same audience as usual, CEOs and founders. The Blab one was already sent, so you can close that one. This, yeah, I'm not gonna write this one here because my brain is tired, but this is another Blab if you want, and shit market is quite fun. It's feedback I have been getting. Some of it is random shit that I thought about in the gym, you know. So the goal is to write about these emails, develop my brain, plus maybe get a lead or two from these ideas. We went in various We went in various directions today, and hope that you could find some of these writings useful. As usual, leave comments, email me, LinkedIn me if you have anything. Peace.